Hello all, good morning and good evening. Welcome back to today's session. So before I start the session, I would request any one of you to respond. Is my voice visible and my screen visible and my voice audible?
Yes, we could.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
hi Vansa. Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll give a quick recap of what we have done yesterday and then we can start today's session.
Mansa, could you please maximize the screen?
This is the maximum I could do it. Is it okay now?
Yeah. This is fine.
Yeah, okay. So yesterday we have seen what is manual testing, what we do in automation testing, and what are the tools, and what we have just got a brief introduction about Tosca, when it started its journey, and in the early years, how is it growing, and now currently, what are the different major advancements of Tosca, and also the recent developments, what are all incorporated into Tosca to make its life smooth in the testing technology. Okay, so mostly here, if you see in Tosca, so it is a codeless AI powered and risk optimized and model based approach. So if time permits, today we will see what is model based approach. And risk optimization, also I have given you a preview of how it is. So we can automate, optimize and accelerate end-to-end testing, remove the risk of your software releases, and we can release faster and test faster the higher quality of software. And this is how you scan your application. You get the models created. Models are nothing but the building blocks or the Lego blocks that you create while you play with Lego. Okay, so you first create the Lego blocks and then start testing your building your test cases. Okay, so Vision AI. So this is just a brief about Vision AI. Like you can, so already it is incorporated with Vision AI, which helps you to scan your modules and get your modules ready. And how exactly you will see it in later stages of our class. Risk-based optimization. So based on the risks involved in your test cases, you can, prioritize your test cases, and you can also run your test cases according to the priority, and also 40% less tests. Issues or defects can be easily, you can recognize them at the early stages of the class, of your testing life cycle, and also 90% of coverage can happen. So it also helps us to do a test case design where we can design different test cases, and also if at all, if there are any maintenance, it is a very low maintenance, like you have to just do very minute changes so that it will automatically update in your test cases. So there's also one more feature called test data management, which helps you to play around with your test data. Okay, you can either update the test data, download the test data, or you can tweak, you can do whatever you want. And distributed execution is also possible. Distributed execution is nothing but you're you're doing execution in parallel system. So that is called distributed execution. And Tosca reporting is also possible with the help of the inbuilt tool that we have. So we can create reports based on this with the tool. Also, Tosca can be supported with different softwares like Jira, Jenkins, Azure, GitLab, Citrix, Microsoft, everything. So these are some of the supported software systems. So CI/CD can also be done. Issue tracking can also be done. Real-time traceability also can be done. Okay, so these are some of the reviews that we have seen yesterday, and I have also answered few of the questions, and I have also explained what is the different syllabus that we are covering as part of our course. Okay, and also today we will see what are the different Tricentis products. Okay, so here if you see, Tricentis not only is into test automation, it is also into test management. It is also into performance testing, mobile testing, and data and change intelligence. Okay, so if you see over 160 technologies, Tosca supports for testing, And Live Compare is one tool which helps us to utilize this AI changes and impact analysis, especially for SAP systems. You can make use of this Live Compare. And for Tricentis platform, it only not only supports web application testing, it also supports functional regression, API, and UI testings. QTest is one test management tool that you can look for. It is same exactly as however you play around with Jira and ALM. QTest is also one tool. Just give me a moment. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so coming back here, so NeoLoad is one tool which helps. It is also from product from Tricentis, which helps us to do a performance testing. And platform offers, as everything is codeless and it is all AI, so it can help you to do anything. And also integration, data integrity is also possible with the help of Live Compare. Yeah, if you see, I've told it is supporting more than 120 technology specific adapters. So take it web application, like we can do by browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Internet Explorer, web-based applications like ERP systems, CRM systems, Salesforce, SAP, we can do it. Desktop applications like Microsoft Office, custom-built applications. If you have any custom-built application for your project, those can also be automated. Mobile applications, iOS, Android apps can be automated. API services, what all API services Tosca can help you, like REST and SOAP web services, Microsoft services also. Microservices, mainframe applications like CICES and batch applications, terminal emulators can also be automated. Database testing, different SQL databases like Oracle, MS SQL Server, MySQL can be automated. Cloud applications like if you have any applications based on our AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, those applications can also be automated with the help of Tosca. Yes, testing frameworks, it can also get integrated with tools like Selenium, JUnit, or TestNG. And if you have any business process applications like SAP, Oracle, e-business units, enterprise applications, all these can be automated with Tosca. So that is why Tosca is now trending in the market. So if you ask me what are the different types of testings that I can do with the help of Tosca, I can say you can pick anything. I can say yes, it can do it. You ask about regression testing. Yes, regression can be possible. Functional can be possible. UI testing can be possible. API testing, system integration testing, exploratory testing is also possible. Accessibility testing is also possible. Apart from that, if you have any data migration testing, or if you have to do agile testing for any iterative models, you have to do performance testing or load testing. All these things can be possible with the help of Tosca. Yeah, so this might be one of your interview question. Okay, so they might ask you what is Tosca life cycle or Tosca testing life cycle. Okay, you can stay starting from requirements till generation of reports. Anything is possible in Tosca. So if you want to apply requirements, you want to do a requirement traceability matrix, yes, this is possible. If you want to do a test case design and design your test cases, it is possible. You can create modules, you can build test cases, you can run execution lists, you can generate reports. So if you see, this is how test planning happens. You create requirement sets, you attach your requirements. So this is a test planning tool. Maybe you have it like some document. So that can be easily mapped in the help of requirement gathering section with the help of creating requirement sets and requirements. So we will see it very clearly in coming stages of our class. And test data management, there are some standard modules that are already created for test data management. We can make use of all those things. We can commit our changes to the test data. We can retrieve the test data. We can, update the test data. All these things can be possible with the help of Tosca. Yeah, if you ask me, cross-browser testing can be possible. Yes, cross-browser testing can be possible. Just by changing one small change, you can do cross-browser testing across multiple browsers, okay? According to your, okay. And I was keep on talking about what is model-based testing. And here comes what is model-based testing, okay? So we have a system application, system under test application. And what we do is, so let us suppose we'll be working on this demo web shop, okay? So let us take this is demo web shop page where we'll be working on. So this page, on this page, we have decided we have to test this page. So this is called as system under test, okay, or application under test. So this is what we have decided for, and this is what we will be testing. So that is called as system under test. So what we do, so for us, they give you an application and they give you test cases saying that the first test case, whatever I tell is, so there is a register link. You have to click on this register link and fill all the values here on the register page and click on this register. So this is your first test case. So for that, what you have to grab the technical information of this particular register because you are telling Tosca to go and click on this particular register. So if you have to go and click on this particular register, Tosca has somewhere it has to store what is register, what kind of is this register? Is it a link? Is it a button? Or should I click it? Or is it only it doesn't? Is it accepting a click operation? All these properties that are designed from the developer at the time of developing this particular register will be stored somewhere in our Tosca, and that will help us to build our test cases. Okay. So that is called, we are storing a technical information in form of a model. Okay. So we are saving all the information into a model. So that is called as module in our Tosca. And with the help of module, we feed the data. What is the data? Here in this example, I have to click on this register. So clicking is one data that I have to provide to Tosca. Provide Tosca. So here I will give the business information on my test case section, and that test case section will help me to perform all the actions that I give it. Okay. So that is called as model-based test approach. Okay. So everyone, I would request everyone to get registered to this website. Okay, I would request, I'll give you this link and please fill in the details according to your first name, last name, email, whatever you give the email, please try to remember the email and password. It can be any dummy email also. Okay, so please try to remember your email and password because going forward, we will be doing few of the things with the help of this. So let me ping you this site and start registering. Let me know once it is registered. We are slowly starting and jumping into the practical sessions. So the first thing we have to get ready is with our system under test. Okay, later in needed for other applications, we can do it. For now, at least for starting stages, we need this SUT got registered. So I would request everyone to go and register for this. On this page, if you have any questions, you can please let me. I hope you are doing this right.
Yes, ma'am.
It will hardly take 2 or 3 minutes, so I'll give 2 more minutes.
Isha ma'am, I can't access the chat.
Is it? Why is that? Is the same issue for others also?
No, ma'am.
See, one of the ways which you can do it for the chat problem if you have it, you have to quit the Microsoft Teams and reconnect it. So you should be able to see the chat.
Is it the same for others also? If it is so, I can ping this thing on the WhatsApp.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ
ಸರಿ
ದೇವಾ
Major people are facing the issue, I can ping this same thing on this. Okay. Okay. So I see 3 registrations successful. It helps you to understand what is model-based testing approach. So as it has no, what exactly is model-based testing is, it has no script. Okay, so absolutely there is no script and there is no like abstraction of technical layer of SUT into business layer is very easy because as it is no script, and if there are any changes, okay, you can just simply change it in one place and all the test cases are reflected correspondingly. Okay, so why is it important? Because it is efficient, reusable and maintainable. We have maintainable test cases across, and 90% of automation can be done with the help of this model-based testing approach. Okay, so how do you, so one question before I go ahead. So suppose I give some set of test cases. Okay, so would you be able to automate all the 10 test cases? I'm not asking about Tosca. If at all, if you talk about other automation tools, if you have any idea about other automation tools, do you think all the 10 test cases can be automated?
Manasa, I can't again it is I can't enter into the chat this one.
Okay, we can do it later also. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll tell you, I'll ping you personally and I'll give you the chat. Okay.
Okay.
So my question was, if I give you a set of 10 cases, do you think all the 10 test cases can be automated?
So if any elements
Sometimes
will
it will
be
automate and sometimes it will fail.
Correct. Okay. So automation. So when I was working with UFT automation, okay, it was very latest starting stages of this UFT. So whenever I was given this 10 test case suite, right? So I used to first go and check all the elements. Can I identify them? Can I have some code for them? So like that, I used to analyze each and every test case. And out of 10 cases, I used to say only 6 or 5 can be automated. So rest cannot be automated because some challenges during automation. Okay. But here, when you use this model-based approach, so what happens, it will try to include, there's nothing that you have to put more effort in, or identifying that particular elements. Okay. So that is why 90% of automation can be there. Okay. So business users and also non-technical people also can easily understand the look and feel of this particular model-based approach. You can easily understand, okay, so this is a model, this is how my test case is built. Okay. And also it save costs and lower the resources. Okay. So how do you think it can save the cost? A manual testing resource can be easily converted to automation testing resource within no time. Like if you are okay, you can start building your first test case within 10 days after you complete AS1, you can easily start building your test suite regression. At least you can start with regression test suite. So rather than grabbing a new person from outside, he can easily convert his manual testers to automation testers, which will help to save the cost and also lower the resources. Like if model-based testing approach, if in a team there are 3 people, so they can divide all these things and they can start automating without, saying that I want some other resource to identify, some resource to test cases. No, that is not there. As it is very easy to use it, you can easily lower the resources also. Okay. So, and also I keep on talking about this 160 plus. It is very, very important for you to understand. Okay. So once we build this model, done. You can use it in any technology. Okay. As I've told, if it is possible to use that particular model for mobile, you can use it. For database, if you want it, you can use it. Okay. For whatever the thing you can, it can be reused. Okay. And there are few challenges also here. Like even if a high frequency application changes, test maintenance might be little, compared to the other tools, I can say this can be handled easily. And you have to understand how to use the tool. Okay. Otherwise, it is a challenge for you to understand how to build this tool. And cost and resource intensive. So yes, as it is a costly tool, like you have to purchase a tool, few of the people might go back to even to learn, because I have to buy the license, I cannot do it. Okay. So all those costs might make you go or take a step back on this note. But apart from that, I would say it is a very easiest tool you can learn. So if you see, this is my application where I have make, engine performance, year of construction, number of seats, fuel, list price, license plate number, usage, annual mileage. Okay. So this is my application, which has a text box, a drop down and a button, and also some other message boxes just beside it. Okay. So if at all, if I have to write a code for this, so this is how I write a script. Okay. So this is an application. Here we are giving the business information on my script. But coming to model-based test automation tool, so it looks almost similar to the application, whatever I'm seeing here. Okay, if you see, I can easily make out by just seeing this model. So this belongs to make. Okay, so this is make. Okay, this is engine performance. This is year of construction. So this is how I can store the technical information. Okay, after I give the technical information, I can simply create a test case out of this model, and I can pass the business information. What is the business information? I have to give an input of audit to this make, and engine performance, I have to give some 100 to 200 based on the model that I want to use. And year of construction, if you have any year of construction, you can give it. So likewise, you can start giving it. When you start giving this business information, this information, whatever you're seeing on your text boxes in the test case section, it almost looks the same, however you're seeing is it an application. So everyone can easily understand what is what. Okay. Yeah, and yesterday someone was asking what are the system requirements for Tosca installation. Yes, you have to have this i5 dual core 2.4 gigahertz. RAM should be 8 GB. Hard disk space, it is always good if it is more than 15 GB or 10 GB is mandatory, because 1.5 GB itself takes for that installer and all. So it is always a good thing if you have more than 10 GB plus. I'm sure everyone will have this, and network, obviously it will be more than this, but these are the standard requirements, hardware requirements that is needed for our system to have it on here to install Tosca. Yeah. And if you see, most of the time, Tosca is mostly compared like Selenium. So do you know Selenium? Do you know Tosca? What is the difference between Tosca and Selenium? You get a lot of questions when you start attending anything on your interview side. Okay. So in that perspective, what you have to have a basic understanding basic differences between Selenium and Tosca. So if you already know what is Selenium, it is always good. Now you will start learning about Tosca and you will also know the differences. Okay. So let us start. seeing some of the differences between Tosca and Selenium. If you say Tosca, as you already know, it supports more than 160 plus, and Selenium supports only web application. Okay, so if you ask me about the license or paid or free, you all also know that Tosca is a paid tool, even being a paid tool because of all these features that we have discussed till now. So everyone are going. So each and every client are more inclined to use Tosca because it has a more added advantages than Selenium. Okay. So automation type, it is model based automation, but in Selenium, it's totally code. You have to learn Selenium, you have to learn Java, you have to learn Python, all these things to start. Okay. Scripting is not at all required for Tosca, but if you ask for Selenium, yes, you have to learn all the script languages. API testing is possible with Tosca, but Selenium, it is not feasible to test API testing because it is only supporting web application. So test data management, I've already told, test data management is possible with Tosca internal tool, TDS or test data server. Yes, it is possible. In Selenium, it doesn't support test data management. Reusability, yes, there are high chances or there are, I mean, what I can say, there's a vast, there are vast concepts in Tosca where you can reuse in multiple stages, being it model, after you create a model, being it in using usage of test cases. So once you start using your test cases, in test cases also there are high reusable concepts like library and business parameters. All those things will help you to make your test suite reusable all through your Tosca. And yes, reusability of test data is low when compared to Tosca. Yeah. So if you talk about specifically about test data, yes, test data also can be used with the help of test data management, test data server. But here in Selenium, I see it is less compared to Tosca. So exploratory testing is also can be done with the help of this Tosca tool, whatever we will be installing. And Selenium, it is not possible. Tosca supports any CI tools like Jenkins, CI/CD, whatever you want, you can integrate with Tosca and you can run all your test cases. Selenium supports most of the CI tools like Jenkins. Okay, so here you can also do QC and Jira integration. QC and Jira integration also can be done with the help of Tosca. But coming to the Selenium, it is possible. It has to depend on some third parties only. Then this integration can happen. Okay, so this is a very interesting topic for me. I would love to discuss about the support that is given from Tosca or Tricentis team, which helps us to understand what are the different ways we can search for an issue. Okay, so generally, if you have to go for Selenium, so Selenium, if you are stuck with something, so what generally you do, you type it in Google and you ask for a question, and because some nowadays AI also has come, so you will go get the code and you will start getting it. But in Tosca, there is a separate support tool where you can simply go log in and you can get vast resources. Okay, so let me share this to you. I'll share the screen. So here, if you see, there are latest knowledge-based articles. Okay, so whatever you have issue with your academy certification badges, yes. So you want to understand how to replace a click with X in burn test cases, yes, you can do it. And if you want to understand few more things, you can do it with the help of this support portal, which helps you to dive in more about your issue. Okay, if you have any specific issue, you can just type it here. All the articles related to that will come and you can just work around. So if I go and open an article here, there's multiple information. These information is specially provided with from Tricentis team. No one else is providing this. Okay, so this will help you to understand and get more information directly from the product team who has developed it rather than from random people who has supported it. Okay, so likewise, not only this. Okay, so if you are working with your project, Okay. And your project people are looking for some support. Okay, so Tosca, for each and every license that you take, right, so they will have a separate support team that will help you if you are stuck with any of your setups like model base, or if you are stuck with your CI/CD Jenkins setup, all these setups, test data server, if you have any issues for all these setup issues, you can always contact the Tricentis team. You can also go log a ticket saying that this is what I'm facing an issue, and those Tricentis people will come back and help you out with the proper information. And this is directly from the Tricentis team. Okay, so that level of support we get from Tricentis, that is why also nowadays Tosca has become more and more popular. But Selenium, you already know that you have to go type it in Google and get some information. There is a one popular site, I'm not able to remember it. Most of the people will go and get the code from that site. So framework, there's absolutely no framework that you have to design before you start your test case creation in Tosca. There are two inbuilt frameworks in Tosca, which we'll be using those frameworks and we'll start developing our test cases. Okay. So what are the frameworks that we'll be using? All those things we can discuss in the later stages of the class, because in a single day, if I start jumping out each and every topic, you'll be confused. Okay. Selenium does not have any specific framework, but if you have to start with, you have to depend on either data driven or test driven based on how you design your project. Okay. So as I've already told, there's a concept called libraries where you can maintain large number of scripts, and 100 or 200 number of scripts. With the help of library, you can easily develop and you can easily maintain. So in Selenium, so this integrity of object repository is, it is not up to the mark. If your scripts goes to a larger extent, it becomes difficult to manage. Yes, and there's an inbuilt reporting tool which will help you to circulate all your reports through your client or your manager. What is execution status? How many test cases? What is RTM? RTM also can easily be built with the help of this reporting tool. Yeah, and also miscellaneous, you already know it supports SAP, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, all those things. Selenium, if coming to SAP, it has very less, but these days SAP has usually started using only Tosca. Yeah, and speed of scripting is very faster and execution is also faster compared to Selenium, but in Selenium, it has a little speed. Okay. Yes. So I would request, if you have any questions, we can talk for the next 5 minutes and then we can see what needs to be done in the next of the class. Any questions? No questions, everyone are good?
Do you have any limitations in this Tosca?
Sorry?
Any limitations? In Selenium, we can write we can manage by scripting, right? But here we are selecting everything by model based.
Correct.
Is there any limitation in Tosca?
No, as it is a model based, it is the latest technology that we are using. I don't think, in what perspective we are asking for a limitation? Okay, that is what I want to.
No, in generic. But because the thing is, in Selenium, by coding we can do almost all the scenarios. We can order the scripts. Presently, we are working in the application in a mobile technology. We are using all type of scripts. Can we use these mobile applications in Tosca? Is there any limitations?
Yes, there are no limitations for, you can do mobile testing. More than script based, model based is easy to use, and there are very, so if you're saying Selenium out of 10, you can automate 8, because of some limitations. But in Tosca, I would say 10, all 10 can be automated because you can handle any kind of situation, you can handle any kind of element that is developed in your web page. Okay, say it is in web page, say it in mobile page, or say it in your database. Okay, anything can be easily accessed. So I don't think there is specific limitation that you, I mean, according to your question, I say there are no limitations for Tosca. Okay.
Hi, Mansa. I have a question.
Yeah.
Suppose in
Yes, please.
in a web application there is some captcha scenario or some OTP kind of scenario, like MFA scenario is there. So such kind of uh, test cases also can be automated with the Tosca.
So you want to capture an OTP on this web page, right?
Yeah, there is some scenario like where I'll be authenticated through MFA or like MFA OTP something, and then I'll be able to log in to the application. That is one scenario. Second scenario is there is some captcha in my web application. So those, because those are not constant, right? That keeps on changing. It's a dynamic. So those kind of scenarios can be automated with the help of Tosca.
Yeah. So in this question, right? Yes, we can do our exploratory testing. We can also do and record scenarios. We can record that and we can use it. Those can also be done. And also here Vision AI plays a major role. So we can do that also with the help of this Vision AI that is already included. So we can do that. Okay. I have never come across such scenario, but yes, I do know that we can do that.
But if I want to reuse the test case again, right, then captcha will be different, or that OTP will get changed, right?
Yeah. So that is where Vision AI will help us, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a
Actually,
very there's a very big I mean discussion going on this. Okay, so we have to talk. If you ask me to start talking, I talk more and more about this. We can talk it maybe after we complete AS1 and AS2. I can help you out. I can tell you what are the major things that help you to complete that scenario.
Sure. No issue. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, please.
sorry. Actually, this is the first class to me. So just I'm looking for what's the information about license here. Are you providing any license for us for the practice sessions or anything like that?
Yes, license is provided. Okay, so we'll help you to install Tosca. We'll help you to start practicing Tosca. Whatever the license that we'll be providing, it will be for 90 days. And after 90 days, even after that, you want to access your Tosca tool, yes, we'll help you to renew it. And you can let us know or we can discuss while we are installing the Tosca. You will get to understand how to reconfigure your license.
And one more thing, you have told the basic requirement for installing Tosca is 8 GB RAM it is required. But for my system, it is 6
Correct.
GB only. Is acceptable?
See, you can install Tosca, but you should not come back and ask me saying that Tosca is very slow because those are the standard requirements where with the help of that you will be easily able to access it. Otherwise, when you open Tosca, it will take a lot of time. And when you have to navigate from one page to other page, it takes a lot of time. It needs internal cache memory, which that is why they have given those standard requirements, system requirements. Okay. So I would suggest if you are planning to take the course, I would suggest to upgrade your system. It would be helpful. Because we'll do server installation, we'll do other installations also for that. So 8 GB is mandatory.
Yeah, you said after 90 days you will give the extension, right, for the license.
Yes.
So how many extensions you will give?
Yeah, all these questions are easily answered while we are installing Tosca. Okay, you will get easily a quick understanding how many times you can do it. Can I keep my installation to me forever? All those things can be easily answered while we do the installation process. That might happen in next 2 days, and you will understand how to do it. Don't worry about installation and don't worry about licenses. That is what I would say.
Yeah. And do you take last weekend also or only until Friday?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Yesterday I forgot. The classes will be from Monday to Friday. Okay. Saturday, Sunday will not will there will be no classes. Okay.
Yeah, that means if you start now, you should able to finish by end of December or first week of January, yeah?
Yeah, I will only take 30 to 35 hours, not more than that, with all the syllabus that I have explained yesterday.
And timing would be same.
Yeah, mostly the timing should be the same. You can talk to my team. Okay, they will help you out with the timings and all.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So we are covering both AS1 and AS2.
We are covering AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1, and database testing and API testing.
Will you covering any SAP testing and Dex part?
Yeah, Dex setup, I can help you out. How to set, setting up is the main important thing that you have to do for Dex setup. Rest all is not that much complicated. Okay, you can do it. So the setup process and all, I'll help you out with a clear guidelines. So how to do it, how to set up your Dex and all, what needs to be installed, what is happening when you set up your Dex, all these are head up. But yeah, practical, we will already do half of the deck setup. Okay, so you can get a good understanding for whatever we are.
So
And one
what
more
is
thing, will we cover any project type, like only we'll be covering only this demo web shop, real-time project? Like,
So yeah, on that note, we'll be covering this demo web shop, and also there are a few more applications that we'll be doing in the middle. Okay, apart from that, if you are interested, you can start automating your own application that you have access for project or some. On this demo web application only, at the final, once we complete all the end-to-end topics, I can help you out with a small project, which you can do and you can come back with the questions.
okay. So you guys are talking about Dex. Is it part of the course or
Yeah, it is part of the course.
okay? But you will not cover mobile testing, right?
Yeah, no, mobile testing is not covered, but that is what I'm telling. So
SAP,
one application, see, one application, if we are testing, right, automatically whatever might be the application, it might be SAP, it might be Salesforce, it might be mobile, it might be any other thing that is present, right? All those things you can go at the end of this course, you will only tell it is very easy for me to automate SAP, because there are students, there are people from my previous batches who, after I just completed AS1, they understood how to automate other applications. They started automating SAP applications also.
Yeah, but coming to the mobile, the platform is completely different, right? So whatever application you talk about, that runs on the Windows platform, but mobile is separate device. So how do we?
That is what Tosca has the capability to talk with any kind of engine that is handled. Okay, so it's a very small change that it takes. You need not bother about everything is changed, everything is different. How can I do it? Okay, I would suggest whatever the application that you have to do. Okay, even if you have to automate your mobile testing also, AS1, AS2 are mandatory courses because these are the building blocks. Only based on this a stronger foundation, only then you can build any palace or any kind of pakka house or any kind of a building or any kind of thing. Okay, without a foundation, you will not get it. So whatever we are learning is a foundation. With this foundation, whatever might be your stream, it might be SAP, it might be Salesforce, it might be mobile, you can do it.
Mansa, how Tosca is like, will you show some practical examples how it is integrated with Git and Jenkins? Will that be covered? I mean,
No,
not
it
a
is not
complete
done.
one, but at least just a basic thing kind of.
See, so Dex extension is all nothing but extension of Jenkins. Okay. So once you
Okay.
understand how to set up your Dex, right? So their extension is you have to integrate with CI/CD pipeline. That is what you have to understand. So whatever you have to do it from Tosca perspective, everything is explained. So then apart from CI/CD and all, you have to explore it.
Okay.
So, ma'am, can we also do database performance testing also with Tosca?
Database performance test. Database
Oh, yeah.
testing can be done. Performance
Okay.
testing also can be done.
Okay. No, in database, like
So
in
you
my
are asking,
application.
are
No,
we
in my.
covering? Are we covering?
Okay.
Sorry, please go ahead.
No, I'm asking, like in my application, just they migrating from MySQL to Postgres. So we need to at least check that database is good or not in that case. So just I'm asking that we can do these scenarios.
Yeah, we can do that scenario. You just have to have the database details and we can, connect to the database and we can start automating those test cases.
Okay, thank you.
So can you customize the Tosca application? Let's say, for example, I just want to understand what are the different roles of Tosca, like administration roles, functional roles, technical roles. If that is the case, can we customize Tosca as well?
Yeah, so thank you for your question. So this is a very advanced question. Okay. Yes, we can do customization also, but that is not covered as part of our syllabus, and it has a separate syllabus where we can understand what admin can do, admin privileges, all those things can be understood. Okay. Yes, on that note, we'll try to cover a few more slides. And whatever you're seeing slides, right? So it will be like only up until I complete the theoretical part only there. You will see slides coming up on my class. Later stages, it's only the Tosca commander you see it. And based on the Tosca commander only, we'll be working on. So Tosca has good market and it is also a quickly emerging top test automation tools. And we can integrate, we can easily use accuracies more and all those things can be happen. And
Yeah, which is
we'll see
difficult.
few advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah, this is a
Sorry?
final question from my end. See, is it understanding complex application is difficult or learning Tosca is difficult in your view?
Come back with your question.
See, so understanding the application, I'm talking about one of the project. It's understanding the application is difficult or learning Tosca is difficult, which is difficult part here.
So if you ask me, for me, understanding application is only different. Tosca learning is very easy. So once you understand the application, once you understand the flow, with Tosca, you can easily automate.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome. Okay. So most of the advantages we have already seen. So we will try to figure out few more if you have missed anything. So it is a one-stop solution for various automation test types. So it's an enterprise tool that functions without a script, and it's user friendly. Everything in Tosca is drag and drop. So even for any kind of mobile application, desktop, SAP, Salesforce, any kind of application, it helps the tools, testers with management test tools. Okay, it can automate both GUI and non-GUI are supported, and there is no external explicit framework that you have to use. We'll just be using the framework that is already present in Tosca, and it also supports major technologies. And there are, I mean, there are more. There are not more artifacts that you have to implement here. There are only best practices that we can implement in Tosca. And also there is a test data. I mean, there is nothing that you have to use larger test data. You can reuse test data also, whatever we start using. And yes, Tricentis gives the best vendor support in regression testing. And I mean, building your test cases for regression testing and also for sanity or any kind of testing, it takes very lesser time compared to other technologies. So disadvantage of Tosca. So if you ask me, first of all, everyone will start saying cost. Okay, I don't think we can. So it's always a good practice. We can spend much time, I mean, much effort or much finance on the tool, which gives us more information or more technology support rather than going and putting for one single tool. Okay, so I don't think it is expensive, but if you specifically ask me what are the disadvantages, I would have to put the cost. Because of expensive compared to other open source tools, it is costly. And community support. So if you have to go and search for Google, you get very lesser information in Google rather than. So nowadays in Google also you're getting more, but it's less compared to other Selenium, Java, or Python, any kind of tools. Okay. So resource requirement, yes, it needs this RAM space, it needs this disk space, because we are using model-based test automation. It has some internal memory cache that it has to have it. So space is a major important requirement for this. And integration problems, Tosca can't be integrated with Git. Yes, we can discuss why it can't be integrated with Git and what is the other thing that Tosca has in it which can be integrated with. Okay, so this thing you will understand when I talk about multi-user repository, or when we create a repository in that class, you can easily understand. And maintenance problems, yeah. The model-based test runner approach, sometimes like out of 1,000 times, maybe 10 times you might go for maintenance problems. And this can also, I'll tell you what are the different maintenance problems and all those things while I talk about repositories. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages in Tosca. And in tomorrow's class, we will understand what is the architecture of Tosca and what are the major components of Tosca. And we will have a brief introduction about how we navigate from one sector to other sector in Tosca, and what are the different things that you have to have it in your mind before we jump into the practical session. Okay. So on that note, that's it I have planned for today. If you have any questions, I can take it up for next 2 minutes. Otherwise, we can wind up today's session.
Will you post this recording section in YouTube channel, ma'am?
So in the chat, it is not posted. You have to wait for 1 hour. My team will come back and give you the recording.
On the documentation, whatever shown here, so it would be like provided.
So the slides, whatever you're seeing, you will not get it. That is for my reference. But you will get a separate PDF document which has all the notes, related to AS1, AS2 and all.
So for interview purpose, so there would if we would have it, then it helps, right? So what are the advantages, disadvantages? This and all comes under the interview, right?
Yeah, those are already included in the document which I circulated around. So don't worry about it.
So the batch completions, like
that's why I waited for long.
everyone.
I waited for a long time, so I joined a little bit late, right? So that's why I missed some late actually. That's why I joined at the question session.
Okay, Sai Prasad, I understand your voice was breaking, but still I understand you have joined late. So don't worry, you can refer to the recording. Yeah, Raghav, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, like after the badges, like the certification. So after everyone completing the badges, we will move to the next topic, or it is like individually we have to finish the certification.
See, I'll give you all the guidance. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, so it depends upon person to person. So someone will be, eager to complete the badges. Okay, someone will not be, easy. They will not be, that much interested to complete the badges. It's up to you, but I'll tell you when you can complete it, and based on your pace and your thing, you can start doing. It is not like everyone has to complete it only, then I started. It's not like that. I'll tell you. So mostly I'll plan it for Friday so that you get time on Saturday and Sunday to complete the badges and come back on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. On that note, we can sign off for today. We'll meet up on tomorrow's session. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Have a very nice day ahead. Bye-bye.